Hello everyone, Richard here at Kelvin Wazoo, bringing you another video today, and I am entering, a contest, or I guess you could say raffle drawing, and that's being sponsored by Telegram Sam and her channel. If you haven't checked out Telegram Sam, you ought to. It's a good channel. I really enjoy watching her and, hearing what she has to say about albums that I am familiar with, but also hearing what she has to say about other albums that I am completely unfamiliar with. So check it out. I'll have a link to her channel and to her contest announcement in the Down Under. And I kind of like the idea of this contest. It's the Connect Four. In other words, take four albums and show how they are connected to each other. And she has a very good example in her video, and you can see how I'm kind of thinking about the same thing too. I like this because in some respects, it's very much like my genealogy of music genealogy of music videos that I do from time to time, and which I haven't done for a while. But I'll have a link to my playlist also to my genealogy of music videos. So let's get started. I'm going to start off here with just a Ramones record. Okay, this one's The Road to Ruin. So in Great Britain, it was the Sex Pistols. People heard the Sex Pistols and they thought, I want to do that. I want to we got to start a band. Well, the Ramones had the same impact with the inauguration of the punk era, punk rock, here in the United States. A lot of people heard the Ramones and they were like, okay, I like this. I want to do this. This is what I want to do. I want to start a band. So there was this boy, I believe he was up in Montana at this time. He was 14 or 15 years old, and he heard the Ramones play, and he thought, yes, this is what I want to do. And he did. He started some bands. And he actually ended up being a fairly influential person in the music industry. And I'm talking about Steve Albini. And Steve Albini eventually, launched the band Big Black. And so this is Atomizer. This is one of their, classic records. So yeah, the whole reason we have Big Black is because of the Ramones. So this is a very, very cool album. And, it's got his own thing going on in terms of the punk sound. He eventually stepped into the career with a band called Shellac, and he still does music with that because of another thing he started to do besides playing, with Big Black. And that is, you see, he created a studio down in his basement for recording. And he became a fairly influential and well-known sound engineer and producer, but mostly sound engineer. And he speaks to groups all across the world. But he's had his hands in a lot of different bands. And one of those bands is this one here, The Breeders. Okay, and this is their album Pod. And Steve Albini did the sound engineering and with this record. So yeah, the Breeders evolved with Kim Deal, evolved from the Pixies, who also, and I have Pixies, I could show that, yeah, she came from them. But the connection direction that I want to go with this is, okay, so this is their debut, Pod. And you look at the credits on here on the back. You've got Kim Deal doing vocals and guitar, Tanya Donnelly doing vocals and guitar, Josephine Wiggs on vocals and bass guitar, and then Shannon Dalton, vocals and drums. Well, it gives the appearance that this is, a girl band. But Shannon Dalton wasn't a girl. Shannon Dalton was Britt Walford, who was the drummer, and I might say a very influential drummer in the music scene, in that his band, when he was much younger, called Slint, were pretty much the progenitors of what we come to recognize as math rock. Amazing drum. His drumming on Pod is pretty, it's good. It's good, solid drumming, but it's just there, to go along with the music. Whereas the drumming that is going on is really the focal point of the music with the band Slint. So this is their album Spiderland, which was actually their second and last album, complete studio album, that they did. And interestingly enough, their first album that they did, Tweez, was also engineered by Steve Albini. So, big circle there. So, interesting stuff. This was fun. And like I say, you need to check out Telegram Sam. And always remember to pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead.